Hey there everybody, the Hat Person here, and welcome back to some more SK Shinovi Versus. I apologize for the previous episode. I was kind of tired and kind of recording at 11 at night, and I really didn't feel like recording anything, but my schedule made me wanna have to record. But hey, now this is a different day, and I feel a lot more energized. I feel in better spirits and higher spirits than yesterday. I was like, oh well, yeah, like this is funny, like I was just really reaching. I was quiet most of the time, and it probably will be this time because there's a lot of dialogue involved, but hey, don't you worry about it. So we did Miyabi's really stupid story that didn't go anywhere yesterday. A lot of it's a sandwich, it's a C sandwich. Like the two C's are the bread, and then the B's are just like the ingredients in between the bread. But anyway, let's move on, and I guess we have Murasaki coming up next. Leave me alone. Yeah, there we go. Please leave me alone. That's a pretty good summary of this entire story. Okay then, so let's just take a look. I mean, I'm curious. No, wait, actually, we missed it. We missed going with Ayame. Damn it. Every single time I forget. I'm always like, let's get straight to it, but I forget my little traditional going to see Ayame to go to the laundry lottery to see what the hell we're gonna get this time. If you can look at the clock, it's 2:22 p.m., which, yeah, it'd be weird if I was, like, super tired at that time, but no. Right now, I'm actually pretty good. I just finished, I'm actually fairly enthusiastic as well, in addition to, you know, just having it be the right time of day, is because, oh yeah, we got something way sexy. Then mostly because I got some work out of the way. I had some obligations that I had to get out of the way, and I finally got done with them, so now it's like, oh, great, now I'm free to do whatever I want. Yeah, doing what you love is more satisfying when you just get some other bothersome stuff out of the way early. Okay, now we can continue. Murasaki, leave you alone? Well, I'm sorry, but that's the last thing that's gonna happen right now. It's all about you. This is your time to shine. Let's see her side story right now. Alright, here we go. Of course. You want to go home, but aren't you already home? Isn't this like your room with the computer and everything? Home doesn't mean what it used to for me. I don't know if it means anything anymore. So if you say you want to go home, then where do you want to go? Not long ago, I would only have said I want to go home while I was outside. Now, I say it all the time, even in my own room. Ah. Okay, I must sound crazy right now, but there is an explanation. This room used to be my private sanctuary. It's just not anymore. Miyabi and my sister come in here anytime they want. Don't get me wrong, they're both precious to me. Miyabi's precious to you? How so? But having time to spend alone in my room, that's just as precious to me as they are. Oh, okay, so you want your alone time, you want your privacy. But you're just representing it as I want to go home. They don't understand that. How could they? They're both such active people. But just relaxing in my room, being lazy, wasting time, for me that's absolutely necessary. Okay, fantastic. I mean, sure, do whatever relaxes you, right? I mean, I'm not judging. If I can't do it, I get so stressed out that I feel like I'm going to explode. So please, please leave me alone. No, God, she's gonna throw Bebeton at her and be like, ah, Bebeton, feed, blah, go, do blood riots. You can do that easily. Ah, finally I'm alone. Here they are again. Every time I even think about trying to relax, they just barge right in like they own the frickin' place. Yeah, of course her tone will change according to what she needs, right? She wants to be left alone, so whenever they come in, it's less, they're coming to visit me, and more like, oh, here they just trample on over, you know? Oh, God. Oh, white flash? I'm assuming that's the sun. Miyabi flings the curtains open. Scorching sunlight fills the room and engulfs my skin. My skin starts to burn and melt. Ah! Great, like both of them are Murasaki's mom. My sister opens my closet without asking me and pulls out my jersey and t-shirt. No, I can't take it anymore. This place is mine, it's not yours. I don't want you here. Get out, just stop. Come on. Baka, she said, which means like stupid or idiot or something like that. Why would you say I hate you? I don't think she'd go as far as to say that, considering how in the entire story campaign it was all about, you know, being on good terms with both of them, so I shove Miyabi and Sis away and rush out of the room, crying. I run. I just run. Far, far away from everybody. Okay, then I guess we just go on a killing spree because we have 5 missions where we have to beat people up. Alright, here we go. We're not particularly wearing like a jersey and t-shirt, we're wearing school uniform though. Okay, let's see her. Trying to stay away from everybody. Great, and there she goes, yeah. You know things start to get interesting, or at the very least, kind of funny, when Hikage comes into the picture, because she never ever catches a message. She's very literal about everything, all the information she receives and takes and gives. Oh boy. So yeah, I mean, this kind of fits. This is Murasaki trying to stay away from people. And what better way to stay away from them than by just brutalizing them and killing them? Get out of here. That's how to teach you to be at a close proximity to me. Yeah. With her and her blade hair. Where are you? Hey, don't just stand around there. Don't jump. Ah! There we go. I think, this stage actually reappears in Estival Versus as well. And it's way bigger and way taller than here. I guess now because in Estival Versus there's wall running and wall jumping, I guess they're giving you like more of a space to actually move around in. But yeah, I think they make all the stages bigger in Estival Versus. Just ever so slightly. I mean, because here I feel like they're way too small. I feel when I look at the character models, I feel like the characters look a little too big, you know? Look at that door. And then look at Murasaki. Doesn't she look like she's like walking around like a model, like one of those model environments that, you know, the army uses for like nuclear weapon testing and stuff like that? Oh well. Look at it on the bright side. At least we have a lot of people to beat up in this little scenario, and we're gonna get Hikage. And so whenever we get into dialogue with Hikage, it's usually pretty funny or you know, just interesting. I like the voice actress, and I just like the character as well. For the most part, like most Senran Kagura fans like Hikage. She's like the Chie of this game. Like everybody loves her. Speaking of loving, here we go. So Murasaki wants to go away. Hikage won't ever catch a message. She won't take the hint. There we go. Oh man, I wanted to time it, but for some reason, I just left it. Wow, I just hold on triangle and nothing happens. I have to let it go for the thing to actually happen. That was unexpected. I thought I would just have to hold it down and it would just automatically happen. But apparently not. There we go. I just accidentally aerial raved Hikage. But there we go. So that pretty much went nowhere. Hikage's just like, I just want to know why you're so upset. And she won't explain further. She just wants to be left alone. And that'll probably take her to some wacky, hilarious hijinks. Here in the world of Senran Kagura, where people get unreasonably angry and naked all the time. There we go, that's the summary. This should be in the back of the box. Unreasonably angry and naked all the time. The Hat Person 2015. For a game that came out in like 2014. I think in Japan it came out since 2013. And then here it got localized for 2014. Yeah. And then Estival Versus... Yeah, like, it came out in Japan this year. And it's gonna come out like very late, like December here in America. So yeah. Senran Kagura 2 took way longer, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably very wrong. I can't really remember the release date for SK2, but I think that one came out, I think 2013 as well. And yeah, here in America it didn't come out until this year, like in the middle of this year, like March or something. No, that's not true. I think it was like September. Yeah, September it came out. I know, because I bought it day one. What does that say about me? Okay, let's get graded. Did I get left alone good enough? That I did a good job for Murasaki to be alone? 317. She wants to be alone, but at the same time, I'm sure she wouldn't, like, want to be left alone without Bebeton. Like, I'm sure she's gonna want her frickin' doll at the same time as, you know, being alone. She wants to be alone, except with the people that she likes, which is like a frickin' doll that she personifies. Alright, no saving. Alright, here we go. Where are we now? I think we're in a Hibijo base? Yeah. Oh? Is that it? Usually you can see your opponent. You usually have somebody call out to you and then you know who you're gonna fight. But apparently not. Apparently there's Murasaki talking to herself. Get away, get away, get away, she says. I don't think it's because she wants to be left alone all the time. I think, she's obviously just taking it to extremes. I think she just wants some privacy. Some little bit of alone time. Some time for her to kick back and relax. You know? After everything that happened in the story, I'm sure she's tired. Doing all that killing, and all that betrayal, and all that smelling people, making them feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Well, I mean, I really don't know where this fits into the storyline. I mean, I like to assume that this takes place afterwards, you know? Like, after everything is all said and done, and they're just kind of kicking back and not doing much, you know, all of this happens. Or maybe this is just, like, non-canon, because, I mean, all of these side story stuff is never, ever mentioned in the main campaign. So this could easily just be, like, a what-if scenario, you know? Because, again, all of the stuff that is learned from the campaign and, you know, all of the rivalries that happened in the main story are pretty much meaningless here in the side stories, you know? Like, you have, like, Miyabi talking to, like, Katsuragi and Asuka and all these people that you're supposed to, like, hate and beat up and, like, kill, you know? And it's like, oh, hi, what's up? I need some advice, you know? It's like, what? Like, aren't you supposed to be, like, horrible enemies, you know? Like, Hanzo, like, completely annihilated the Hibijo in the previous game, and now here, he's like, we're the new generation, and we're proud, and we'll kill you, but, hey, give me some advice, you know? I look like a guy. Help me not be a guy. Okay, now's the time for her to explode. Triangle! Ah, there we go! Oh, that was badass! That was really cool. That was some, like, Jet Li stuff right there. Yeah, I just saw them all fly like freaking chess pieces when somebody gets too angry and says, I quit, and just slaps the chessboard, and then all the pieces go flying. Like somebody just flipped the table or something. That was epic. Yeah, so based on what Murasaki said, it's pretty safe to say that, either, you know, this happens after the story and she's still bitter about the relationship that Imu and Miyabi has, or this takes place before the story or somewhere in between, because before the story, you know, everybody in Hibijo are still not recruited, you know, at the beginning is just Miyabi and Imu, so there's no way that she could, you know, show up prior. So I'm assuming this takes place in the end, or in some, you know, time in between their planning in fighting one party and the other, because she's still very much pissed about, you know, Imu and Miyabi being together, being like, give me back my sister, or something of the sort. That's what she's saying. Because by the end of it, it seems like, you know, she kind of comes to terms with it, you know? At least a little bit. But I guess now, you know, she's very dead set on getting her privacy, that she's getting really angry, and she's like, you know, throwing a bunch of cheap shots, a bunch of low blows at Miyabi, just to have her shut up or go away. Alright. Yeah, there we go. I knew I was going to do, like, the bull tackle right there. And so I'm like, yeah, Miyabi's all the way over there, but the last move that's gonna set off the aerial raid is the thing that's gonna hit her. Are you done? Okay, there we go. Are you finished? Okay, now I'm gonna kill you. Blah! And we're done. Haven't transformed once. Miyabi didn't transform once before either. Nobody will leave you alone because you're being really mean. You're being real mean. You're a real mean girl, and people are trying to actually help you. You're like freaking Murakumo. It's like, we're trying to help you, this thing is bad for you, and they're like, no! So one-track minded about it. So just as a disclaimer, I bought like a bag of Cheetos here. I don't know why, because Cheetos are pretty much poison, especially the flaming hot ones, but I was really craving like a snack or something. So right now I have some flaming hot lemon lime Cheetos. Like the only ones that are really... I do enjoy them quite a lot. I would actually just have like lemon lime Lays. Like I like those quite a bit. There's also like some chips in Mexico called Rancheritos that are like my favorite in the world. But you know, the ones here in the United States just taste like ass. So I'm just eating some Cheetos. Right? No. I probably shouldn't. Okay. I'm gonna put these away. If I... Oh, what'd she say? If I get any stronger, sis will hit me for it. Yeah, probably. Well, not because she's jealous. But don't worry, you guys make up eventually along in the story after you get shot in the back, almost dead. Anyway, I probably shouldn't be eating Cheetos in the middle of a video. Not because it's unprofessional, but because they're really hot. Like, my mouth starts to develop a lot of saliva, so I have to, like, swallow all the time. And then I'm like, bleh, you know? I'm just out there with my tongue out going, ah, hot. Man, I'm a real pussy for, you know, spicy food. It's ironic, because I'm Mexican, so clearly I should just eat spicy food all the time. But I actually can't take it. Like, I'm such a sissy when it comes to that. Anyway, no saving. Let's keep going. Alright, now we're on the roof. Like, she's been so desperate to be alone that she just, like, climbed up the top of a skyscraper. Now, clearly nobody will be here. Is she just, like, talking to herself again? Yeah. I'm there, like, you know, hoping that maybe somebody will come in and start talking to her. I'm assuming the emu will, be a huge part in this. I mean, Miyabi was there previously, so perhaps Emu, she's gonna be like, I'm worried about you, or whatever. I wonder who's gonna be the last one. Because, you know, judging just by the progression, it was, Miyabi. And I think this is Hebijo, right? This is Hebijo territory right here, at the top. Like, I think in SK Burst, this stage shows up as well, but like, you know, side-scrolling, you know, like, you can only go from left to right and then just hit people like it's Final Fight or whatever. But here, it seems like it got rendered in 3D and it looks pretty good. Though it's a really small stage, though. I would have liked it if they'd opened up. If they actually made like a vertical level, you know? Like I could actually like go up and down the different floors and, you know, just fight like that. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Let's see what these two have to say. Ah! Low blow. Ah, damn it. This is what I didn't want. Man, she's being very extreme. She's kind of taking it a little bit too far, just to be alone. Now she's being less. Oh, I'm concerned about my privacy, and more, I'm being very selfish. And if you don't give me what I want, I'm basically just gonna beat you up. I don't need a sis like that anymore. Really? You were so dead set on having her love you before, and now she's like, oh yeah, whatever. I mean, you don't meet my demands, then I'll have to exterminate you. Alright, now... Okay, there we go. She did a limit break, which means that she's gonna transform. You know what? Let's just kick it up a notch. Frantic mode! Ha ha ha. Okay, here we go. You're gonna die in one shot. Actually, no, I don't think so. But you're gonna be awfully close. Blah. Oh my god, you might actually... Oh, she did die. Holy damn. That's really powerful. Well, that's... I don't think she's okay with being alone. I really don't think so. But anyway, I mean, that was a really powerful move. Well, that's a root of calamity for you. I hate you, sister. Probably, man, like, I don't know what it is about main story Murasaki and side story Murasaki that they both seem like completely different people, you know? I wonder if she'll praise me after I just completely, like, kicked her ass. Oh boy. Very inconsistent, a lot of it. But oh well. Oh well, that's fine. Let's see how this ends. How many fights did we have already? We had, I think the first one was with Hikage, and then the other one was, yeah, Miyabi, Imu. I think there's gonna be like a fourth one, and then the last one. Okay. Now where are we? Oh, we're like in the final boss arena. Who could we be fighting? Wait, what? Are we fighting ourselves? Oh boy. Something tells me that this is the final battle. Okay, that's what's gonna end up. Wow, that was a little. Things got a little real there. It got very real. I think this whole side story was supposed to be like some sort of symbolism for depression or something. I mean, this is not really like technically. I mean, this is being very literal, you know, like Murasaki fighting herself. But this is very, you know, a bit of symbolism here to kind of say that I guess Murasaki hates herself. And this is like very much like Murasaki has depression, and she's very self-deprecating, and she's like making up all this stuff about you're not needed. So like they're kind of hinting at that maybe Murasaki should like kill herself or something because, you know, nobody was really chasing her to begin with. She was always alone the entire time, and you know, people who are useless are not needed. So you know, and they don't say flat out say, you know, you gotta kill yourself, but you know, they very much hint at it. Wow. You see, that's the kind of side story that I want to see, you know, something that kind of delves deep into the characters' minds, not some stupid crap about like that, like I want to cook a dish and I want advice, you know, like, and they have it be all funny. Like, this is what I was expecting when the game told me, like, this is a side story that is focused on an individual character that sees their inner workings, you know, and this is a character's inner workings, you know, their mind, their feelings, their rationale, all that kind of stuff. And even though it's based on a really, you know, weird thing, like, you know, just wanting privacy, and that led her into, like, this big, you know, spree of beating up people. Like, at the end, she just ended up fighting herself, and she's, like, telling herself all these things that are a little scary. So long baggage. But what is she saying goodbye to? I don't know. It's a little confusing and disorienting. But I guess that's what Murasaki is, confusing and disorienting. Because she has, I guess, depression a little bit. I mean, she hates herself a ton, probably even more than Murakumo, but at the same time, you know, she wants to be loved, but she wants to be left alone. Like, I don't know. She's weird. But I guess, you know, that's what depression is weird. Self-denial. I guess that's a thing. I mean, seriously, like, if this was Persona 4, I'd say that the person I was fighting was my shadow. But oh well. Let's see, how much did we level up? Just by fighting that one person, I got all the way to 31? Damn. Okay, oh no, wait, no, we're not done yet. Jeez, we're still not done. Alright, we beat up our leader, we beat up our sister, we beat up ourselves, so now who can we fight? Okay, so what is this supposed to be? Like, I heard Asuka, but talking in kind of like this broken thing, you know, like when the radio signal is breaking or something like that. I guess, like, she's, like, what, like, unconscious or dreaming or what's going on? Like, things are getting a little confusing here. So I guess, the next step that we can take after beating up ourselves is by beating up Asuka, I guess. The main character of this whole thing. Oh my god, I hate these. Okay, there we go. I'll just do my purple AoE thing. Come on, bring it up. When I say stay away, I say stay away. No, man, that is so satisfying when a triangle move just works like that. Did I guard? Okay, well, it doesn't matter. In any case, my health bar is giant. I don't think I should worry a lot. Alright, here we go. Maybe Asuka will help Murasaki out. There we go. That's a cool, you know. I like this a lot more than any of the side stories that I've ever seen combined. This one is actually cool, with having some, like, deeply rooted, like, character stuff. Rather than, like, you know, this could have easily have gone the wrong way, you know? It could have been like, oh, you know, Bebaton got a little broken, and somebody obviously did it, so I'm gonna go beat people up, you know, who, beat up my precious little doll, right? And at the end it would be like, oh no, you know, I accidentally stepped on it, oh whoopsie, you know, I'll stitch you up, or something like that. But no, it's like, this is like, she is very, like, troubled. And so we're basically going through her mind right now. So, I guess she wanted to be alone, and so then she ran out of her room, and then for some reason she just kind of like daydreamed and just kind of stood there. And then Asuka's like, why are you just standing there, just kind of thinking and talking to yourself? And like, she has some really bad, like, mental problems. And, you know, Asuka's just trying to get her out of it and be like, no, you are Nita, you are valuable, you are important. But Murasaki, because I can just only assume that she has a really bad case of depression, she's like, no, nobody needs me, nobody loves me. And like, no, they do, but they don't. Like, Murasaki keeps saying no, and the opposite side keeps saying yes. Like, everything is very obvious that she is loved. But for some reason, she just feels that she's not loved. But, you know, she kind of brought it all, you know, onto herself. Because she wants to be alone all the time. And in that effort of trying to be alone, then she has nobody that loves her. Even though there are people out there that do, but for some reason she just wants to stay away from those people all the time. Come on. Too bad that we need to beat her ass in order to, progress. But there we go. Alright. No, you're gonna do that thing. I don't like it when you do that thing. You come out of the ground and it's, because that happens. That's why I don't like you doing that, because then my clothes come off. Should we finish it off with a super? Okay, frantic mode. God, those boobs are huge. Okay, let's do this final Root of Calamity thing. Blah! I want to see how this ends. Does she actually grow, or you know? No? Okay, is she learning something? I don't know. Hopefully it ends up on a good note, and it doesn't end on like Murasaki jumping off a building or something. I don't want that to happen. So I guess she's done running. Asuka is smiling. Her smile is like a golden sunrise. Just looking at it warms me up and calms me down. Honestly, I don't understand what she means. I'm assuming that, you know, Murasaki's been gone for a while, you know? I wouldn't believe it if, you know, this happened in the span of like 10 minutes, you know? I'm sure that it's like she's gone all day, and finally Asuka finds her. Nah, well, that depends. Are you like watching a funny video? Did you remember like a good joke? I don't know. I guess it is more fun to smile with other people. I see. I nod in my heart. When I keep myself locked away, I rarely laugh out loud. I rarely lol like I do in my computer. But when I'm with my sister and my other Hebijo friends, I sometimes catch myself laughing naturally. I must look like Asuka when I'm laughing like that. I have trouble responding, and Asuka scratches her nose. Now, that's a cool lesson. I thought they were gonna be like, no, you know, you gotta be with friends, and friends is like, you know, that's the way to go, but Asuka actually introduced a thing that a lot of people don't mention, is that, well, you know, that's just what I think, but if you have a different way of feeling that, then go ahead, you know, like, that's okay, but just don't take it to extremes like you did it right now. You know, just running away and talking shit about yourself constantly. I shake my head a little. If not for my friends, my life would be boring and miserable. I was fine with boredom and misery before, but now I felt much brighter. I felt how much brighter life can be when other people smile with you. I can't go back to the way I used to be anymore. Not entirely, which means I might need to meet some people halfway. I've decided to apologize to my sister and Miyabi. And there she goes, she plops her way down there, and now I'm back here. Like, I promised to go outside more and, you know, have more friends, but first I'm gonna watch One Punch Man. They have a new season. When I return to my room, I find a note on my bed. We will knock on the door before we enter the room from now on. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Himu and Miyabi. They left me a message. I flop onto the bed with a contented sigh, then snuggle up with Beviton and start to feel sleepy. Aw. I mean, aw to this, and holy god, that's like Five Nights at Freddy's to that. Like, everything was all adorable and nice and heartwarming until, like, I saw the freaking doll there just staring into my soul. Soon I find myself slipping into a soft, gentle sleep. Oh, well, that was nice. You see? That's how you do a freaking side story. That's how you actually check into the inner workings of a character, you know? And I'm not saying that every single character has to have, like, this super serious problem where they're all traumatized or whatever. I'm just saying, you know, have us, you know, delve deep into their mind. You know, have them, you know, have us know and look a little bit into what they're thinking. And you do see that sometimes with a backstory, but if it's a side story that is focused on one individual person, then you have a bigger opportunity to go into the details. You know? And this is exactly what happened with Murasaki, even though a lot of it is rooted into, you know, maybe some comedic stuff, or, you know, a little bit of ridiculousness, like, you know, beating up Hikage or all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it kept getting, you know, deeper and deeper and deeper. You know, like, I've never seen any kind of match in Senran Kagura where you actually fight yourself. I think here is the only occasion where we have seen a character fight itself and have it make sense, you know? And then realize that, you know, for the entire time, you know, it was Murasaki kind of just conking out and just kind of, you know, just lost inside her own mind until Asuka comes in and kind of knocks her out of it. And then, you know, having this discussion of like, no, I am not needed, everybody hates me. But like, no, you are needed, and, you know, people do love you. And it's just a very basic story of depression, basically, and trying to get over it and realizing all of the good things that you have, you know, and not really... And learning, you know, because this is a thing that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. You know, a lot of people... Maybe even to people like me, you know, like people that, you know, stay inside a lot, don't have a lot of friends, they're not sociable, or at least that's what they believe, you know? And they're like, well, maybe I don't have a lot of friends, or I think I'm not sociable, but maybe people say the opposite, or maybe I just haven't tried it. And so, yeah, probably the best part of the whole thing It's something that Asuka said, you know, ironically, not what Murasaki said, where she said, you know, being together with other people is really cool and is usually the way to go, but if that's not your thing, then, you know, I respect that, and that is perfectly okay, but, you know, don't take it into extremes, you know, everything in moderation. If you want to be alone, then that's cool, but don't, like, run away and, you know, hinting at kind of wanting to kill yourself, you know? And, yeah, I just thought it was a really, really cool story. I wish that all of the other stories were a little bit like this, you know? Because every single character has, like, their own little backstory, and we don't see it, you know? Asuka has, like, the weight of, you know, Hanzo and the name of the school and the name of her, you know, grandpa on her shoulders. How does she deal with that? Ikaruga is an adopted girl that, you know, was raised with a really rich family, even though she was raised... I mean, she was a really poor girl living in the slums, but then she got taken up by a really rich family. And then Murasame, her sister, I mean, her brother, just freaking hates Ikaruga because she resents her for her being way better than him. And so there's a lot of bad stuff there. How about Katsuragi? She wants to see her parents again, you know? Like, she misses them, but she puts up, like, this really happy, like, lighthearted front. How about Hibari? You know, again, Hibari, like, she has the weight of, like, her Kagan ability. And everybody, you know, kind of forgives her, and she's, like, the very stereotypical cutesy character that everybody forgives. But she doesn't want to be treated like that, she wants to be treated equally. You know, Yagyu, like, with her, like, her dead sister and her being too attached to Hibari because of that, you know? It's kind of a screwed up thing. I want to see more of that. Don't even get me started on everybody else, you know? Like, there's a lot of things that are not being explored here, and instead is being, you know, replaced with, I'm gonna go shopping and, oh, I forgot my wallet! Like, just really, like, dumb stuff like that. And I hate to use the word dumb, you know? I think the word dumb is dumb. I hate that word, but whenever I think of, you know, the side stories and how disappointing they are, that's what I think about. I think, like, this is just... Oh? Oh, okay, she said a little something at the end. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's just really... I just think it's really stupid, you know, that they miss out on that opportunity. I mean, yeah, I feel like with Murasaki, yeah, worthless child. I mean, like, even the titles help out a lot. And I feel like, with Murasaki, she's the only person that I've seen that actually has a side story that's worth a damn, you know? Let's see, what do we unlock? We got Murasaki's outfit. Good night, Babaton. For your scar. Oh boy. Murasaki's voice set we have as well. Okay, now we're gonna save. Okay, this was cool. I liked it. That was 40 minutes, that was pretty long. I think I'm gonna do one more, and then I'll call it a day, because I do have to make a whole bunch of other stuff. I need to, record some more Persona 4 Golden, and I need to, also record a checking out video for IAVT Colorful. I'm going to be reviewing that game, fairly soon. Today, I'm recording this on Wednesday. Yeah, the review should be coming out today or tomorrow. So, depending on how long it takes for me to record everything. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, I certainly did. Be sure to give it a like and, of course, subscribe so you can stay updated on everything that's been going on. Like that, you'll never miss a single thing. I'm the Hat Person, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Senran Kagura Shinovi versus Extras. We're going to be looking at more side stories from the Hebijo girls. Later.